From the Green Room Studios at Bates Nursery in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Gardening Inside Out, a podcast with highlights from our Saturday morning live show, answering all your gardening questions, giving you plant advice for any space in your life. Let's start the show.
Y'all, it's Caroline.
And it's Tyler Blankenship.
And here we are. A little bit weird.
Well, now I'm plus one. It's not just me.
You're plus one?
Yes, because last week it was just me.
Oh, that's true. We've added one back in. Here I am. I'm here with you.
Welcoming your voice back onto the air audio waves, whatever.
Yeah, I was gone for, I guess, two podcast episodes.
That's right. We were all gone for that
We
first
were
one.
all gone for the first one. Y'all got Tyler last week, and now you get me and Tyler this week.
Yeah. We're building up momentum again.
We're building up momentum. It's taking a minute, and that's okay. A little bit strange, but
It is strange not having Austin with us.
yeah.
But we're moving forward, and there's a bunch of exciting things in the works. And I don't know if you want to spill any of that right now, Caroline.
We can talk about it in a little bit, but yeah, I just want to take a minute to talk about Austin because I
Yes.
haven't really addressed that. But now I'm going to cry.
No.
And that's it.
And that's it.
That's what it's going to be.
Well, obviously he's greatly missed here.
He's greatly missed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just won't be the same. That's just an obvious noticing of the facts, you
Yeah.
know.
We've lost a little bit of passion,
Yeah.
a lot of bit of passion.
Some heated rivalries. I
Yep.
guess Team Crossvine is one.
Oh, no. I'll plant a clematis in his honor.
Yeah.
Just
Aw.
for him. I'll name it Kevy Powers, the clematis. But yeah, we do have a big old hole. Weird.
It is weird.
Yeah.
It's okay for it to be weird.
It's okay.
That's just life, you know.
Life
It's like
goes
when
on.
you plant your favorite plant and then it doesn't come back the next year.
Oh my God, was he our favorite plant who just didn't return?
You can make it any analogy or metaphor you
Who
want.
didn't return 1 year. But, you know, I've learned so much from him over the years. And it's not the end of Austin. I mean, he's still with us. So,
Yeah, that's what it feels very final. But no, he's very much alive and well.
yeah.
And
We've talked to him. He's doing great.
He's taking care of his family and
Mhm.
yeah,
and himself. Yeah.
So we love that for him.
Yeah.
We just obviously miss him, you know.
Miss him a whole lot. It's very, very quiet around here.
It is. You hear the music here a lot more than any crazy Cheatham
noises.
County man yelling across the lot.
Yelling, hey, look at this. But yeah, I really appreciate the years of working with him and what I learned from him. I mean, he taught me so much and
Same here.
like really, really got me more invested in plants. I mean, I already was, but I was a little less invested in kind of the educational side or just like the really specific things and just being with somebody, like spending time with somebody who's so passionate and into that and so smart, y'all. I mean, you know that. Like, he knows so many things, and it's just like his brain is like a dear diary for all of the plants.
It is.
And it just unlocks, and you're just like, wow, you just spilled that knowledge onto me. You spilled the tea, if you will.
Yes. I recall my first year at Bates, and I'm walking up to this nerd triangle between Austin and Ben Trest and Justin Morris. And they were all just kind of talking about their collective kind of knowledge about plants and, you know, well, this plant doesn't like this at all. And, well, I tried this plant here. And it was really great to just hear all that banter and discussion.
Yeah.
Because it got me real familiar with what to look out for and to try things in my own landscape too.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's Austin's the reason why I have Blue Shadow Father Gila and Amsonia.
Austin's the reason why I have boxwoods, hydrangeas, Baptisia. I mean, that was the first plant he ever gifted me. It was my lemon meringue Baptisia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tried hardy hibiscus and I hung with it for a while, but you know, unfortunately not everything Austin recommends sticks with me.
Well, he doesn't even have one anymore, I don't think.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know. He got mad at his every
Maybe
year.
he does. I don't know. We'll ask him.
He kept getting mad about them sawfly.
And then I think they just like 1 year, one died. or like one stalk at a time went down. I don't know, but that's how plants are.
Yeah. You know what's ironic? He had that rose, the ketchup and mustard rose.
That he threw into the woods, throw it on into the woods.
And then later on with his dahlias, he has ketchup and mustard dahlias.
Oh my gosh. Y'all, we're going to miss the drama of those dahlias.
I know. We'll try and get you a tangential scoop to see what he's done with them.
We can't leave you guys wondering about those dahlias.
But it sounds like he still might be in that McDonald's parking lot with his.
He's under those golden arches with those dahlias right now. Oh, we haven't gotten an update on him in weeks, so he could have some soft pink ones.
It's possible.
I doubt it. I think they're all McDonald's. I hope they are.
There's no way he'd tolerate that.
It's true. He might rip them all out and throw them into the woods. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess he's.
It's funny that we're just pondering about what he might do.
What he might do with those dahlias. As I'm sure all of you are, like we talked about, he is a presence that will be missed, but he's not gone. He's still around. So
no. In fact, we hope we'll hear from him again one day.
Oh,
I can't say
absolutely.
soon. Yeah.
You never know. He's gonna blow in with a big summer breeze.
Like the Seminole wind.
Like a Panama City banana boat riding breeze.
Banana boat.
But yeah, I can't even say how much I appreciate everything I learned from him.
Same here.
Yeah. And I get to now pass that along to other people.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
We get to carry on the legacy, the knowledge, the history.
And the sass.
Yeah, the sass.
We'll have to bring a little bit of sass into the program.
Legendary.
I'll figure out where. Yeah. I mean, nobody could live up to that level of sass and drama queen, but yeah, we'll have to do it. Passionate about plants.
Well, Caroline, it is great for me also to have you back in here.
Yeah. It's good to be looking at you in here.
Right on.
Yeah.
And you know what else you're looking at?
What?
A certified landscape professional.
Ah, that's right. You went through a little, what was it, the UT program?
Yes. There's a UT program that I discovered online. All the coursework is about 15 hours or so. And it leads you to become certified. They also have a certified lawn care professional course as well. That's kind of like a sister course. Mm-hmm.
Are you going to do that one?
I don't know if I am.
I don't think you need that.
I've grown some fescue, but turf grass is not necessarily what I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
And it would be more of like native gardening or regenerative, like permaculture type stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to say, and also a nod to Austin, that all that hort knowledge on the pre-exam for this certificate course, I scored an 86.
That's
out
pretty
of 100.
impressive.
The pre-assessment, and then of course that finishing the course, it was 100.
You scored a 100.
Yeah, and it covers a lot of different topics: pruning, soil site assessment, water percolation.
So even if you don't necessarily need the certification for anything, it's also just a nice educational program to go through.
Yeah, I think it is designed to bolster, existing landscapers or yard guys or whatever, or folks.
Yeah.
But, you could, just as a gardener, top off your knowledge. There's a lot of great UT handouts and PDFs, which some of these are already readily available from your extension, that cover all different types of topics, including how to spot fungal diseases and certain pest treatments and the best plants for rain gardening. Like, it's all in there.
Look
it's
at
incredible.
you, Mr. Fancy Pants, McGillicuddy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're the fancy pantses and passing on all this great research and information. So,
yeah.
It's, reading was great. Tennessee Smart Yards, whole other great program that is basically like a holistic assessment. And if you're just a residential gardener, you can take the checklist and go through the steps and then give that to a landscape professional, or even bring it into Bates Nursery and hand it to us. And it basically helps you assess your entire yard.
Yeah.
Sunlight, water needs, and then you draw up a little plan with your little circles of where you want different things, and then we can plug the rest in. So it's just really neat. I'm
Yeah.
really glad it's there.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of
Look
me
at you.
too. I was just like, I'm going to go for this.
I do remember, I think it was after I got back, you looked up that and you were like, I think I'm going to do it. And then today you were like, Caroline, I did it.
Yeah.
And I
did
said,
it over
"Did
the
what?"
weekend.
Yeah.
It was nuts. And I'm also listed on the UT Hort Pros database.
Wow.
And so if you pull up that map, you'll see my name right in the little dot of Bates Nursery
You're kind of famous.
in
You
a
are
very
famous.
tiny
You
micro
are
way.
Micro
But I
famous.
just had to share that. That's a great little program, and it was great to do. It was like $250.
Yeah.
So consider it. It's also good for 2 years. So you'll have to do some type of renewal in 2 years after you get it.
Yeah.
But that makes sense.
That does make sense. You got to re-up your knowledge. Make sure you've still got it in there somewhere.
I hope I'll have it in 2
I
years.
think you'll have it. I think you definitely will. If you don't, then something might be wrong with your brain,
Uh-oh.
but you're going to have it. Well, while I was on my little sabbatical, if you will, I did go to Texas. I went all the way
Did you
to
now?
a border town, which was fun.
Wait. Rio Grande type border town?
I was standing on the other side of the Rio Grande looking at some cows in Mexico. It was great. Could have walked across that or swam, but I did not do that. But while I was down there, I did get to go to a World Bird Center, which was more like a atrium kind of thing with some outdoor little plant areas. That was great. I think it was called Quinta Mazatlan, possibly. It was wonderful. Y'all,
Wow.
If you're near McAllen, Texas, you should take a little trip down there.
Okay, so what all did that entail? Because
So they do some outreach. I know that they've got some classes. They're very like kid friendly with, they talk about birds, but also they're very into plants. It seemed more plant oriented than birds, but they do have some bird education there. But they have all these different gardens you can go walk around. There was a cactus garden that I went and looked at. I saw a roadrunner
no way.
and a little wild hare. Yeah, it was amazing. Lizards everywhere. I was in
Oh.
heaven.
That's so cool.
I got a picture of me standing next to a giant agave that made me look tiny. It was so big. But yeah, it was a nice little trip to just go see plants somewhere else.
Yeah, total change of scenery sounds like.
Total change of scenery.
It's crazy that even with our localized knowledge that there's so many other species that live just a little bit away in the same country.
Yeah.
And
It was a little more than a little bit away, but it was about an 18-hour car ride.
a little bit away.
Just a little bit away. But it was hot. It was gorgeous. There was this pink flowering vine. I think I sent you and Austin a video of it, and I don't know what it was. And I never crossed the street to get like a in detail photo. But it was like eating this whole corner fence on the street corner. It was just pink and glorious and beautiful.
Yeah.
But they can grow stuff like that. Like bougainvillea is everywhere down
That's
there.
what I was asking, if that's what it was.
I don't think it was.
Okay.
But it looked a lot like it, something like that. But
Cool.
yeah, I want to go back and spend a little bit more time. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You can maybe even cross that border.
Maybe I can even cross that border.
Get you into some Mexican
I
plants.
know. I was like, I wish I had my passport. I couldn't cross the border. Yeah.
The cows were like, come on.
Come on
Caroline."
over. They were so cute. They were just walking up to get some water.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. It was great.
That'd
But I
be-
did miss you.
I missed you too.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you're back and we're all reacquainted and juiced up on plants and education.
We are. And my garden, because Tennessee got rain while I was gone.
Yeah.
And
it
I
did.
came back to a juiced up garden.
Yeah.
Have I showed you my little zinnia bachelor button sunflower bed?
No.
I took a picture of it yesterday.
Yes.
I'll show it to you and I'll put it up for the world to see. But my little Thumbelina zinnias are in full bloom. They're looking so cute. They're perfect. No fungal issues on the leaves yet. It might happen. It does sometimes. No powdery mildew.
It is kind of weird. There's a threat of powdery mildew every year.
Every single year. And I mean, I would say about every other year I do have that issue with my zinnias. And I'm fine with that. It's okay. I mean, it makes them look like garbage towards the end of the season. But
Yeah.
I mean, stuff starts to go dormant. That's what happens.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
had-
okay.
I had a volunteer zinnia last year. It sowed itself right next to my driveway in an afternoon sun kind of spot, but it was still, I think, part sun.
Mm-hmm.
Single zinnia completely covered in powdery mildew, nothing else. But I'm like, how did you even get this? Like, there's no other competition here.
It just found it.
Yeah,
Maybe it was born with it.
it is.
It was born this way.
Maybe it's mildew. But, you know, it's probably because it's in a little pocketed area behind a fence and I have a gate. And so if the gate's not open, it probably stifles some of the airflow. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I usually get it when I plant them because I'll grow them up beside my house, but also in my like wildflower bed, which the wildflower bed is basically in a field, so it gets some good airflow. So usually when I have powdery mildew, it's the one up by the house because there is not a lot of airflow up there. Not a whole lot.
Powdery mildew.
While we're talking about gardens,
yes,
I kept bringing it up on the broadcast, and then I don't think we got to it. But your cucumber harvest.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely insane. You and Sarah, like I saw Sarah, your partner, in her stories on Instagram while I was out of town. I was like, what? And it was just a photo of Tyler. You look like you're holding like 50 cucumbers.
Yeah, it was just about that. I mean, maybe like 20 or something.
Mine are not like that right now. And I planted so many cucumber plants. What are you doing?
I did amend. I amended with a little bit of Landscape or Proganics O this year. So Proganics I, the indoor container mix that Earth Mix makes. I did that. I also might have scattered a little bit of leftover tomato tone or something.
But they look so healthy.
They were very healthy. Now,
so many of them.
What's so strange is that this year in my backyard has been so crazy for leaf hoppers. I don't think it's leaf miners. I think it's leaf hoppers. Because they've been not only on all of the cucumber leaves, like you can see the mottling and everything, but also on some other perennial flowers too. And I guess it was because it was so hot and dry early that it didn't really suppress them. Anyway, so that happened. But yeah, we had all those rains. And then the cucumbers were like, whoa. It's like they couldn't keep up with their own size.
Well, they're gorgeous. Did you guys eat them all?
We gave away half of them. We've eaten probably like a quarter. We keep making chickpea salads.
I love chickpea salads.
Yeah, they're great in like a medley kind of
with some onions and tomatoes. That's what I put in mine.
And also the dressing is I'm not sure if it's Brenna's or Brianna's. It's like a brand, and it's the French vinaigrette.
So you do the chickpeas, you cut up your cucumbers, and then you toss it in this.
Yes,
Go ahead and tell our listeners what else you do. What else do you put in there?
Also shredded carrots.
Nice.
I think a little bit of lemon juice as well.
That's what I put in mine.
That's right. And there might be a couple other ingredients that are added in. Peppers. Oh yeah, bell peppers, like chopped up. And we're growing a lot of peppers right now, so it could be cubanelle, could be poblano, could be the no-heat jalapeno called Fildew.
I'm growing one of those.
Yeah, which I've already sauteed up my first Fildew pepper, and it was really yummy.
Your vegetable garden is going crazy this year, and I feel like in the past you've been like, I don't know, like recently maybe you were talking about how you were like, I don't know, guys, maybe I'm just not a good gardener when you were talking about your vegetable garden.
This year, we stayed more on top of irrigation.
Okay.
Last year, it also got really hot and very dry.
Yeah.
In the this time of year, and I feel like we've had an amazing June, at least here, where we've had regular rain at least once a week ish. Big downpours though, so you might see some fungal issues, but and then I did fertilize a little bit more.
Are you growing tomatoes?
I'm growing one celebrity tomato.
Just one single tomato.
And there is one single tomato on it right now.
My tomatoes are loaded right now. I've only gotten the sun sugar ones that have ripened, like the small ones.
That's fine with me.
But your tomatoes doing great?
That one tomato as far as I know, but I tell you what, the squirrels, they're getting into the cucumbers already.
Really?
Yes.
I feel like I never
There's
have
three of them
squirrels
that have
bother my
been
cucumbers.
totally just hollowed out by squirrels. I guess it could be a squirrel, could be a raccoon. We have a little nature cam in the backyard, and Sarah keeps on top of what's passing through. It's like a few cats, a raccoon, a possum, maybe a dog, but usually not, hopefully.
I need a nature cam in my garden. Sorry, y'all, I'm yawning. Whew.
Look at you. Caught you on mic.
You did. I don't know why I started talking. Now it's making me yawn again.
Oh, no, stop it.
But back to the nature cam. I feel like I need one of these because I have a cute groundhog that does like to come into my garden, and I would just love to see him. I love groundhogs, and they can come eat whatever they want.
Yeah.
They are the cutest little furry creatures that wreak havoc on your garden, but
That's all
in
we
the
want to
best
know.
way.
We just want to know who's doing the midnight snacking. You know, it's not fair that it's all mysterious and then you wake up in the morning.
And you're just like, who hollowed out these cucumbers?
Because if they're cute, then I might not mind it.
Yeah. But if they're not cute,
And even if they are sometimes.
what little critters aren't cute? What are you trying to say? Who are you throwing under the bus right now?
I'm joking. No, it's just a matter of I want to get mine and they can have theirs too. You know, like I had 45 cucumbers harvested or whatever. And I even used one cucumber as a phone, which that was important because I had some calls to make.
Yep.
But then they can have their own little way with whatever's left.
Now, possums don't bother veggie gardens. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But they did eat peaches. When I had peach trees, there was one possum that
ate the peaches.
Eating on some peaches
Listeners,
that were on the ground.
if you haven't watched a video of how possums eat before, you should probably pull your car over if you're driving right now, pull onto the side of that interstate and look up possum eating fruit. It's the cutest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, they're just smacking.
And they look so happy.
Yeah.
They're so content. They're like, thank you for these snacks.
Thank you.
Okay, so maybe they would eat berries and stuff if they like to eat fruit.
Yeah.
I did get berries off my pink lemonade blueberry bush.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, sure did. And I ate them all.
That's awesome.
I ate all 6 of them.
6?
Didn't get a whole
my
lot.
goodness. See, I'm wondering what's going on here because like mine also produces about maybe double that.
Yeah.
You know, but this year it took such a hit. I feel like last year's drought, it did not like it. I didn't water very well. And it really is on the ropes right now this year.
Well, mine got, we had that, it wasn't even a late freeze, but because everything woke up early, we had a freeze that came through. It wasn't even like a terrible one, but it did zap a lot of the buds on. I probably got 4 or 5 blueberry bushes. So only my pink lemonade has produced anything this year.
Wow.
And that's probably all I'm going to get.
Huh.
But what a great blueberry.
Yes, I know. I'm missing it this year. Mine doesn't have anything on it.
I'm sorry I brought it up. You sound so sad.
I am because it's one of my favorites. But Climax, however, my Climax blueberry bush is loaded.
I think my Climax was the one that got mowed down until it no longer could come back. So I don't have one anymore.
Wow, I'm stunned into silence. I'm so sorry.
You are. Let's take a moment of silence for the blueberry. Okay, we're done.
All right. So mine's loaded. It has not ripened, though. I feel like it's taking a while to ripen, or maybe I'm just impatient. Loaded with berries, but they're all tart right now.
I bet you'll have them. You're just being impatient.
I am. And then, we've gotten water, so I'm like, it's not there's not enough water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll ripen and you'll be in your own little blueberry heaven. You'll be doing great, eating all the blueberries.
Speaking of blueberry heaven, maybe we should go into show heaven.
Show heaven?
Yeah.
I guess so. I thought you were going to bring up me at the wave pool.
You brought up you at the wave pool.
I just want to take a minute. Listeners, if you are local, if you live in Nashville, go to Wave Country. If you haven't been before, it's one of the last remaining OG Nashville things I feel like that's around. I mean, there are quite a few things that are still here, but the wave pool has been there, I think, since the early 80s.
Yes.
And it's incredible.
As the new folks would say, the younger folks would say, it's low-key goated.
Okay.
Yeah. Or maybe goated low-key. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it is definitely an interesting, important resource that's run by
Metro Parks.
Exactly.
It's run by our government. So it's very affordable, closes early, and I am there quite often. So I just wanted to give Wave Country a shout out because I've been spending a lot of time there lately, and it's been great. It's a great little resource for the community. So let's go ahead and get into this week's broadcast.
Okay, Caroline.
On that note.
Hey, you were back for that too, weren't you?
I had returned. I was here for that, but we also had Sam Marshall on.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He's, in case you haven't heard about Sam yet, which you will, he's our spring and fall weekend
seasonal
landscape specialist, seasonal. So this was his last Saturday, and we kind of wanted to ask Sam some questions because he holds a doctorate in soil science.
He does. So you'll get to hear all about that. So he was on with us, and then we had Josh Carey and David Bates.
We're going to welcome in our normal cast of Tyler Blankenship and Caroline Gant. And we're going to also welcome in a special guest. He's no stranger to you if you've been out. He works our lot.
Yep.
He's a low-profile kind of guy, so much so that
There's still waters that are here at Bates Nursery. They run deep.
I didn't
Dave.
know that he was a soil scientist until like a month ago.
Dr. Dirt?
I'm a slow learner and a fast forgetter.
Oh, okay.
Sam Marshall, welcome into the show
Hey,
today.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Josh. Glad to be here with you guys. My email address actually is Dirt Doctor.
There you go.
Wow.
Okay.
We must have snagged that early on.
Yeah.
He's the second one we've known, David.
Well, that's true.
That's true. Yeah.
Is that a Gmail account? If we're going to go that much on it, you don't have to answer that question. I just
You might get a lot of emails.
AOL. It's at
That's
the
why I
AOL.
purposely didn't put the
okay.
second half of that on.
Hotmail.
You can hack around and see if you can figure it out. But anyway, Sam, welcome in today, and along with Caroline
Thank you.
and
Good
Tyler and Josh. I don't want to forget about Josh. And we're glad to have everyone in today. There he is.
Good morning.
Tyler Cam,
Ba-ba-bum.
the best Cam in the house.
And
Tucked in over here.
He's the only one who actually has control over his cam.
Mm-hmm.
So, good on him for that. Yeah,
That's right.
And all of our volumes.
He intuitively knew he was the producer, so he has the power. So, Sam, what in the world are you doing at Bates Nursery? I mean, you actually work for the state of Tennessee, do you not?
Yes, sir. I do. I work for the Tennessee Department of Agriculture. Have for 26 years
Wow.
in counting, I guess now. And this spring I started my 5th year here working at Bates. Seasonally on the weekends.
And we're always glad to see you. You're a really steady force within our organization. We're really glad to have you. But did you aspire as a child to be a soil scientist?
Well, as a child, I guess what led me down this path, my grandfather was a farmer in Sumner County, and I grew up in the Memphis area.
Now, was he a tobacco guy?
He was
or-
a beef cattle tobacco farmer primarily. In his younger days, he did a lot more stuff.
It was fire or something up there that
One
they
of-
grew. It was
Well, that's a little west of Sumner
Okay.
County, mostly, I think.
Now, is he still living?
No, he is not. He has not
Okay.
been for quite some time. But
You grew up
I'm no
with
spring
that
chicken
background.
either. So it was quite a while ago. But yeah, he was sort of an idol of mine. Just followed him around. So I aspired to be a farmer myself. What I wanted to do, but unless you inherit a large tract of land somehow or you're independently wealthy, it's hard to just jump into farming. Typically,
And
so,
for most, it's the wise decision to not jump into
probably.
because it's it's a hard way to make a living,
it can be certainly
and
unpredictable.
so at some point, your educational career led you to pursuing a degree in this. What did that look like? I mean, how did you when you went to college? Initially, did you say, well, I'm going to do this soil science direction, or did you just kind of do what most people do and just show up and kind of go, what was your path?
Well, like I say, I initially wanted to be a farmer. When I just kind of thought that through, figured out I didn't have what it was going to take to become a farmer, the wherewithal, really.
7 days a week work.
And I must say, my grandfather, like I say, the farmer in Sumner County, he put 4 kids through college on 88 acres.
That's
You could not
amazing.
do that today, really. But yeah, I really admired him for what he did and things. But yeah, so I went to UT in Knoxville and decided I wanted to major in agricultural engineering. But about one semester of engineering calculus told me that that's probably not a real good career path for me. So I decided, looked around the catalog and decided to major in agricultural and extension education.
Okay.
Well, actually, I really didn't. I decided to start down that pathway because you took a little bit of everything.
Right.
Because you were training towards being either an agricultural extension agent
Right.
or a VOAG teacher in a high school.
But you never aspired to be Hank Kimball. No,
No, but I was familiar
well,
with
it's a
Hank
great day.
Campbell.
Well, it's not a great day.
Yeah. But you took animal science, you took fruit science, you took horticulture, indoor plants, ag economics, all kinds of agriculture classes. And I thought, well, if I don't know what else I want to really do, I'll take all this smorgasbord of classes, and that'll help me figure out what I want to major in. But it turns out I decided I kind of wanted to be a county agent and work for Extension. So I went ahead and just majored in that, then got married right out of college, and my wife was going to graduate school. She's a dietitian, so she was looking for a school to go to, and I thought, well, I'll just
Follow her.
tag along with her.
Yeah,
And so then I
right.
started, so then we went to Texas A&M for our master's degrees. We applied to Washington State, Oklahoma State, and Texas A&M, and Texas A&M was the only school that gave us both a stipend to go to school there. So that
College
made that
Station
an
is
easy,
one of the best
choice.
cities in the United States.
It is. It's a
as
great
well.
place. Yeah, it's a fabulous school, great place to live, all that. So we enjoyed
Their
our
football
3 or
team's
4 years there.
okay.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah. They're okay. They're okay. So yeah, I majored in rangeland ecology
Wow.
at Texas A&M, and but it was mostly had to do with soils. And my thesis was biogeochemical consequences of livestock grazing in a juniper oak savanna.
Wow.
I would have guessed that.
Yeah,
I got a copy. Yeah.
right. I can get you one
No,
if you want.
okay, that'd be
So
fascinating.
that was 3 years there in College Station, working on a master's there, and at that point in that field, a master's is just sort of in no man's land. Really, you can't
Does it
really
show-
teach or be a faculty member.
Does it demonstrate a lack of real commitment?
Well,
To some people, apparently it does, because you needed to go for a higher
it's sort
degree.
of it's sort of if you go on that far in that field, you probably should go on and just get a PhD. So that's what I did. Looked around and found a position at Auburn University in their agronomy and soils department with Dr.
Wow.
Wes Wood, and we moved to Auburn and spent the next 4 years working on a PhD there. And that was all, like I say, in the agronomy and soils department that was looking at the use of organic fertilizers, chiefly
Right.
animal manures,
Right. All
on,
about that.
on fescue pastures. And basically, once you throw those manures or any kind of fertilizer, really, but in my case, it was organic fertilizer. Once you put it in the environment, where does it go?
Right.
You want the nitrogen to go into these plants, but it doesn't all go there.
I saw a little
So we were-
YouTube clip earlier in the week. I don't know. You never know how you stumbled into these things. There were protesters on some farmer's farm for whatever reason.
Mhm.
I don't know why. And he had his big tank that has the slurry in it
Mhm.
of manure, and they wouldn't leave. So he just drove around them,
Yep.
spraying them with this brine. And,
Brine,
And
he
ultimately, they and then that wasn't good enough. There were cars that wouldn't leave, so he took 2 rows with his turning plow and made a deep furrow where they could not get out by driving. They had to be so.
Okay.
So
Well, I was never
lesson to all:
involved in-
don't make your farmer mad.
That's true.
He has got specialized tools and he knows how to use them, or
right.
she, as the case may
and,
be.
and they feed us all, so it's not.
Yeah, that's kind of important.
It's hard to be too upset with farmers, but so yeah, I worked on the PhD, finished that up, and applied for several faculty jobs around the country, and was offered 1 or 2, but decided not to take those. Instead, went and worked on a postdoc with USDA Agricultural Research Service in Fayetteville, Arkansas, continuing some of that similar work, only moving kind of from nitrogen to phosphorus, as far as where all it goes, in the environment once you put it out there.
Right.
There's several gaseous pathways for nitrogen, leaching, plant uptake, all these kinds of things. Denitrification.
Not so with phosphorus, though, is it?
No, phosphorus is much more predictable or contained
Right.
and doesn't have as many pathways for movement.
And
as
for those of you who
nitrogen does.
don't know, that's the middle number.
And
And
D and K.
the nitrogen's the first one.
on the bag of fertilizer.
And,
yep.
But you just avoided phosphate like the plague? Is that what the deal is? Or
I didn't. No.
it just
Although
wasn't what you were
it-
studying?
No, well, not exactly, but nitrogen is really what I was primarily focused on.
Well, and
Right.
that's what gets the lion's share of attention with regard to giving plants what they need. That's what helps them to be green.
Right.
And when they're deficient in that, it shows badly.
Yep.
Phosphate and phosphorus to a lesser degree It may inhibit soil structure and its ability to uptake nitrogen. I'm assuming that's correct.
Yes.
It's been my limited experience, and my experience is limited to, this little endeavor right here. But, well, that's great. Now, did your wife pursue her degree all the way through also? Or?
She did. She got her master's degree at A&M, and then that was all she was going to do. We moved to Auburn. We didn't move to Auburn, actually. We lived in a little town right in between called Tallahassee. Tallahassee, Alabama, on the Tallapoosa River, like 30 minutes from Auburn, and she was the chief dietitian at a hospital in Montgomery. So Tallahassee's right in between those two, and she was not going to pursue a PhD. But then after 6 months or so of living there, the Alabama Extension Service made her an offer that they would pay for her to come back and get a PhD.
That's a good incentive.
If she worked for them and things. So she thought, can't pass that up. So she came on back to school with me, and we graduated together a few years later. About 2 months after she gave birth to our first child, she walked across the stage and with me, and we got our doctorate degrees together.
That is really awesome. What a great story.
It was nice, yeah. And then she, both of us, we were actually high school sweethearts. We grew up in the Memphis area, and but my family, being from Sumner County, had a lot of relatives up here, and she had gone to college up here at Lipscomb University, and so the Nashville area is a place we always wanted to come back to anyway. So we made that opportunity happen and moved to Nashville in 2000, I guess it was. And been here ever since.
Isn't it amazing how quickly the years go by?
They do pass quickly.
It's only a little bit different than it was in 2002, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah. I mean, 26 years, traffic patterns, and all those kinds
Nothing
of things.
changes.
I read a fascinating article about natural ground or prairie land versus tilled property,
right?
Versus even some of the no-till stuff, and they say that the natural prairie is by far the best way for the water table in particular. So it's amazing the differences in what.
So did your studies take you into hydrology and all of that? I mean, I know it in some aspects, of course, it impacts everything in the soil. I mean, the ability for nutrients to be carried down by water is not a small thing.
Right. I didn't study any hydrology really in college, but that's that touches on what I do professionally or have done for the last 26 years for the state. Because since I've worked for the Tennessee Department of Agriculture, when I was hired on, I did use my degrees very directly for the first 4, 5, 6 years. But you know how jobs are, you eventually sort of get promoted up and you end up just managing things, and you're not using your degrees as closely tied in as you normally, or you started out doing. And so what I have done really for most of my career is manage grant programs at the Tennessee Department of Agriculture, having to do with water quality, really. So it's kind of the interface of agriculture and the environment. Just the nature of agriculture, you're tilling the land, so you've got the potential for erosion to happen. You've got you're throwing fertilizers out there on the ground to help grow crops. You've got livestock walking around making deposits everywhere.
Right.
And so there's a lot of opportunity, I'll say, for erosion and for nutrients and pathogens to enter groundwater or surface water. So we have grant funds available to help landowners, farmers, introduce best management practices onto their land and things to try to minimize those impacts.
Because it'll roll all the way down.
waters.
In our particular area, everything that hits the rivers ends up in the Gulf at some point in time.
At some point.
So, and we're talking about red tides and blooms,
Except-
and it's a crazy.
Yeah.
It's never a bad time of year to add Earth Mix to your garden. Earth Mix garden products are sustainably sourced, living soils and amendments crafted to give you the best success for your gardening efforts. Establishing a raised bed? Use Garden Premium Topsoil Blend for an excellent performing growing medium for flowers and vegetables. Amend your gardens with their supernatural compost with all the nutrients needed to recharge existing soils. For houseplants, their Proganics Indoor Grow Mix is a fantastic potting medium that will feed for up to 6 months without the need for additional fertilizer. Earth Mix is sold only at independent garden centers, so head over to earthmix.net/find Earth Mix to locate one near you. Success begins at the ground level when you use EarthMix garden products.
Caroline, I bet you we've got questions.
Oh,
out
we
there.
do. We have plenty of questions. So we've got some live ones in. Gothic Park on YouTube, more of a comment, but said we are planting teddy bear sunflowers, rudbeckia, and foxgloves that we started from seed today. Those are three of my favorite. Teddy bear sunflowers, I would say, is the best sunflower if you're looking for a dwarf that's going to have multi blooms on each stem. So that's exciting. Gothic Park, also love that name. And then Gina says, good morning to all. Question for Sam. Since you work for Tennessee Ag, perhaps you could tell me what it would take to be able to buy Sunshine Ligustrum in Tennessee. Is it a sterile plant?
Wow, that is a good question. It's not really a soil science related question.
No, it's
so
not.
I'm not sure if I know the answer to that or not.
Yeah, most things typically, everything that's in the privet family, of which ligustrums
Yeah.
are all privet and privet are all ligustrums.
And we do sell some here.
We
do
have
sell-
before.
There are some that we can sell, but there's many more. Back in the day, when I was growing up, we would sell privet hedge by the bundle. That is
So
another.
it's your fault.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, so it's your fault.
That I have
David.
it all over my property,
Right.
everywhere.
I'm partly responsible for that because it was okay to sell it then, and then they realized, hey, the birds eat those seeds, and the seeds go get everywhere, and
It is very
so
invasive.
a lot of work has been done to to cull those from our native landscapes in particular, and that will be an ongoing process. Even though they haven't been sold for many years, I would say it's been at least 20.
We had a golden one here earlier this year.
And that one is a sterile.
It's a sterile. Okay.
Yeah, so we're allowed to sell that, and
I figured it was.
we are governed by the laws of the state of Tennessee that says what you can and what you cannot sell, and we don't deviate from that. Even though Imparatta, Japanese bloodgrass, it's very invasive in Shelby County along the Mississippi River. It's really not here, but it got banned statewide, so we don't sell that plant. So there's a lot of things that are very specific to a region that get applied at the state level, and understandably so. It's a little difficult to regulate all these nuanced plants. So,
And our department does have an entire section of plant inspectors that go around to nurseries
and we see them regularly.
And yes, and they
Matter
come
of
by
fact,
here, I believe.
I contend we're at the top of the list, not just because we're alphabetically advantaged. And rightly so. They're gonna look for problems at a place that brings in a lot of plants from a lot of different locations, and that is just what is proper, because if you don't manage what comes in and who you're getting it from and get the proper certifications for all the things, then you're setting yourself up for problems, and we don't want problems. We want to be compliant, and we want to do our part to have the best selection of things that you can come out and shop and not be concerned about what's the effect going to be on my garden or on my area.
And sometimes you just got to wait and see what's going to happen, because they bring in so many new varieties every year. You just don't know what's going to happen in 5 or 10 years.
Well, we pretty much do.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things that are what I would call marginal plants that you might could get away with, and we have found that people don't want those or prefer not to use them. So we scrutinize carefully, and that's just the way we do it. So pitch it back to you, Caroline.
All right. Gina said that one is in fact sterile. So there's that. And then Gothic Park said, in our town, we get free compost and mulch. We save a lot of money going there. Where are you located, Gothic Park? I might have to come visit that town. And then April says, I found a dogwood tree that I had to have. I read that their root systems are very sensitive. Because of this, should I keep it in the nursery pot and plant it in the fall, or is it okay to plant now?
Well, it's a good idea if it's doing well in the container. Given that it's container growing, I have no idea, obviously, of what the development of the root system is. If you could get the root ball out intact without a lot of the soil falling off. It wouldn't be any problem at all to plant it now. However, if it's a juvenile tree and it's not well rooted, might be better to give it another summer to grow, to mature that root system, so that when you plant it in the fall, you keep that root ball intact and you don't have the nearly as likely a loss when the weather is cooler. So if you do those things, there's no reason you won't have success if it's not a big issue for you to keep it over the summer. It does require, a lot more maintenance in a container than it does once it's in the ground. So there's that downside to it. But
well, Caroline and I call those driveway plants.
Driveway plants, yeah.
Yes.
They're great. I love my driveway
I do
plants.
too.
well, it helps you to develop a relationship with them that's perhaps more intimate than it would be.
You get to spend a lot of time with
Yep.
them. Yeah. You get to walk
Absolutely.
around
See
and
them
look
every
at 'em.
day, coming in and out. Yeah.
All right, and we got a live question in from Cindy. Cindy says, hey, y'all, in May, we bought a couple of ground cover mini rose bushes that we potted. When would be the correct time to put them in the ground?
She's listened to the show before.
Yeah.
Cindy.
The correct time.
Yes,
not the,
3:30.
Yeah, we're not going to give that
Okay.
generic answer.
Okay.
It's really no different on any container grown plant. If it's well rooted, just like with the dogwood, you could do it at any time. It's a lot easier on the person who's maintaining the plant to wait until fall when you're getting cooler temperatures and more rains. As we stand on the cusp of summer, it's reasonable to expect it's going to be hotter and maybe generally drier. Don't know the dryness part for certain, but historically that's the way it runs. So you want to make life a little easier on yourself and have greater surety of the plant surviving and doing well. Waiting till fall is not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all.
All right, so I am not the only one with a stunted garden this year. Is it rain? Still no harvest. Sounds like their vegetable garden is just not doing much.
What do you think, Sam?
Well, we got off to kind of a cooler start this year too. I know at my house things were a little bit delayed in thriving, really. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. I would just wait and see how the rain ends up being this for the bulk of the summer. I think things will perk up here. Well, now that things are really warmed up for a while, for the last few weeks.
Hopefully they'll be taken off soon.
Yeah, that's what I would say. I mean, if you need, I don't know if you fertilized them or not in the spring or how much you did, but wouldn't hurt to maybe put a little liquid fertilizer on there or something. You're kind of boost them up a little bit as well.
I am about to have a bumper crop. Now, next week is going to be
Somebody in this room had a
amazing.
huge crop of cucumbers.
Yeah.
Hasn't even mentioned it yet.
No.
Staying quiet in that corner over there.
I am.
And he's not going to open those lips anymore about it, I guess.
No, I'll throw up a photo. I've got a really ridiculous photo about that. But
Okay.
it's just strange, Josh, isn't it that some things are doing really well and some things are kind of held back a little?
It was a little slow, like Sam said. It was a little slow getting started, but once everything got latched in good and ready to rock and roll, we did get a little bit of heat. We'll show a picture here in a minute of something that's going on. But the herbs are doing great this year. My flowers are doing much better this year.
All of your summer producing garden plants, they all kind of like the same conditions. They like it to be hot. They like to get enough moisture when they want it. They don't want to stay overly wet. And what Sam was alluding to is when you have cool spells, particularly early when they're first planted, it can develop root problems that it's hard to overcome. And I think people get things stunted at times. It's somewhat related to this, but I've spoken with several people lately about issues with tomatoes and blight issues going on with tomatoes. And sometimes people, you find a spot that does really well for several years. You have to kind of make yourself look for that other spot and rotate them around every few years. It's one of the biggest mistakes that people who garden make, because this is where I always put my tomatoes. Well, you really shouldn't do that because you're asking for problems. And don't plant your tomatoes where you've had Brussels sprouts or broccoli or that's a bad combination. So
there's a good reason why farmers a lot of times rotate crops.
Right.
you know.
And that doesn't mean just turn the field.
No. No, you change what you're growing in that field every couple of years, you know, just to kind of get a different sort of pests, different types of pests, different things, different pathogens and whatnot. Disrupts those cycles rather than just going in with the same crop, same field every year.
And it reduces, if not totally eliminates, the need to do additional spraying.
Right.
And those, I mean, you simply interrupt that cycle of whatever it is for that particular pest or pathogen.
Different host plants and that kind of thing are involved. But yeah, anytime you have a really cool spring and cooler soil temperatures, I don't know if this particular person had planted some things from seed, but those are, you know, germination is always delayed and things when the soil temperatures are.
They got a good soccer team this year too.
The germination.
Yes, they do.
Germination.
Yeah.
Thank you,
That's a
Greg
good
Hall.
one.
Thank you, Greg Hall.
All right, we'll go ahead and throw another question out there. Got a lemon tree from y'all about a year ago. It is doing a little too good and growing like crazy. Can I prune it? Yes, you can. I will say you probably want to wait until you don't see blooms or it's not setting fruit, because you will remove that, obviously. But they respond really well to being cut back. You could even chop it in half. It'll push new growth and be even happier and healthier. It's really fun to prune plants, especially house plants. Just chopping them.
When you got them going your way, that is going to be the dilemma is, you know, should I or should
You got a
Should
happy
I or
spot.
shouldn't I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to go.
Sounds like it's very happy where it is. So good job. Lemon trees can be a little bit finicky. They are so popular this year. Everybody wants them.
that and olives.
That and olives. Yeah, olives have been popular for a while, and lemon trees as well, but it seems like lemon trees are overtaking the olive trees as far as popularity
It's
goes
that
right now.
Mediterranean look that everyone's
What was
going
that
for.
Russian olive that got to be so problematic?
That's Eleagnus. That's a different thing
Different
altogether.
kind of
It's called a
olive.
Russian.
And I don't believe they're even grown in Russia because they're not that hardy. So I don't know how they got
that's true.
called
That's
Russian olive, but Eleagnus fruitlandi or Ebongi or any of those cultivars, they are. There's a great fruit they produce, but even those are plants that have been known when left unkept, they can reseed and create some issues. So.
Crazy.
Crazy. We got a great question. My deadbeat husband never watered my hollies. LOL. And now the leaves are crispy brown. Is there any hope? Should I replace them or him?
You know, there's always
Happy
hope.
Father's Day.
There's always hope.
So there's hope for the holly. Don't
Spring's
replace them.
eternal, I've heard. Good.
Are we saying replace nothing? Just stick with it?
Probably can simply go in there and either cut the dead out or shear it back and, as Sam mentioned, fertilize it. Maybe use an organic on there that's going to give you a good steady release and allow it to reflush. If it's just planted this year, which it sounds like that's the case, because we didn't have that much. You didn't have that much warm weather or dry weather, I should say, that it would have caused that. New plantings are always susceptible to things that established plantings are not.
Maybe she should buy the deadbeat husband some drip irrigation lines and a timer.
There's
Maybe
that.
Maybe,
set,
yeah.
you
Father's
know.
Day is
Father's- that's what I'm
tomorrow,
saying, that's
yes.
what I'm saying,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah, maybe it's
Get
time
him,
for that.
get him off the hook a little bit for future
She
watering.
help
could
him
take
out.
some lessons on how to
Help him
operate
out a little
hose.
bit. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
I mean, I water pretty much everything out there. My husband, he does a great job with other things.
Well, you know, I'm in your husband's camp. Renee, it's her garden. She lets me live in the house.
Yeah.
And you know, when a request comes along for whatever plant, it's my job to
Procure
say,
it,
sure,
plant it.
that'll be fine. Well, I think I know a place that's got them. So
You know, some say there ain't no cure for the summertime blues. But we say Bates Nursery is. Located in Nashville, Tennessee, Bates Nursery and Garden Center is a separate world unto itself. They feature the widest variety of plants, including trees, shrubs, native plants, perennials, houseplants, and specimen evergreens. Their knowledgeable staff will assist you with any gardening needs, catering to any experience level. Open year-round, and Caroline, tell them how to get here.
Bates Nursery is located minutes from downtown Nashville off Briley Parkway, exit 19 in beautiful Whites Creek, Tennessee. You'll see it's worth the drive from anywhere. No time to visit the nursery? Shop online with delivery and pickup options available for the greater Middle Tennessee area at www.batesnursery.com.
So if you want to learn a lot about living and a little about love, visit Bates Nursery and Garden Center, beautifying Nashville since 1932.
But we are getting live questions, so let's go ahead and go to that before we get to some photos. So April says, what would cause my Limelight Prime hydrangeas to not have blooms? They bloomed the previous 2 years. I pruned in February, and all my other varieties have blooms.
The thing that is typically, if they are planted in the vicinity of trees that have grown and they are receiving more shade than they have previously received, that would be, and again, we're not looking at them, so we don't have the ability to say with more certainty, but I've seen that occur, that simply the available light is not sufficient to really get a lot of bloom buds, therefore blooms later on. So might be that. Sam, you got a angle from the soil that might be pertinent?
Oh, not
while we're speculating?
Possibly. I mean, you were talking about phosphorus earlier. Phosphorus is usually the chief nutrient that's sort of associated with bloom setting and things. So I don't know if, but our soils here in Middle Tennessee are normally not very phosphorus deficient, but they're usually kind of high in phosphorus. So I doubt that's the problem, but you could try, picking out a little fertilizer that had a higher middle number, as you say.
Right.
They often say bloom booster.
Yeah. So you could try something like that, and then just be careful with your pruning.
I know mine aren't blooming yet that I have at my house. If you look closely, mine have buds on them, but none of them are open, so maybe you just haven't noticed if they have those buds.
And a word of caution, anytime you're using fertilizer, particularly those that are high in nitrogen, do not allow the fertilizer to make contact with the stem. Keep it out along about the drip line of the plant. And that's generally about 2/3 of the way from the interior stem to the outermost branches. If you put it there, it's in the best, most receptive part of the root zone to be able to be uptaken by the plant.
Yep.
All right, so let's go ahead and get to some photos. Tyler, are you ready for some?
Yeah, what are we going for?
Let's start with
first?
Joyce. So Joyce says, Tyler, that's your new nickname? Hold on. There is a subject on this that says The Lone Ranger.
Oh.
The Lone Ranger, Tyler, that's your new nickname. You single-handedly hosted the intro to this week's podcast with such finesse. He did. I was out of town, and he did a great job.
He's the only guy I know that actually has two different versions of himself answering his phone.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
His voicemail is
both
crazy.
Tyler and Tyler.
And Tyler. If you can figure out Tyler's number, call him and listen to that voicemail.
Yeah, I won't answer, I promise.
Joyce says, I don't grow zinnias, but my dahlias are looking good.
Joyce.
Look at
That is stunning. That pink and yellow. Wow.
I just want to stand.
Why don't you grow zinnias?
We've got a beautiful zinnia right here,
Yeah.
Tyler.
What? Which one? Sorry.
Shoot to me.
Right.
Oh.
Oh,
that
that
red
came
one's
from
beautiful.
Josh's garden.
Yes, it did.
That is stunning. My zinnias are just starting to
Look at
bloom.
that.
They're so cute. I think I sent,
Look at the
Our little
layers
growth
of the
thread.
petal on that.
and it fits right in front of my face.
Yes, it does.
Stunning.
Wow.
All right. And then Joyce also sent another one with a question for the dirt doctor. Could it be possible that one of these Tokyo fringe flower trees is iron deficient and the other one is not? They are only 8 inches apart, 8 feet apart.
8 feet apart, yeah.
Well,
It's possible.
it is kind of yellow looking there. Yeah, it is possible for sure. Hard to tell exactly the setting for that picture.
we go.
There
I
we go.
rotated
So-
it and blew it up. So
There we go.
Super thrive, maybe, and see what happens.
Yeah.
it looks like I'm
Yeah.
seeing some veining in the leaves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's typically a sign of some iron deficiency, because it could be other than micronutrients as well. It's hard to tell without doing some testing. But just observation, iron could be a potential.
Culprit?
Yeah.
And can you speak just quickly about
Of course.
chelated things that go into the soil and how they're available to plants? You can't just put nails around it. Although that's iron, it might not be in a form that it's
Right.
so slow release.
Yeah,
that
it
they
really takes a while.
Yeah, iron is tough to make it plant available. It's also very dependent on the soil pH as well.
Right.
Your pH has to be right for the iron to be available for plant uptake.
And generally,
so-
it needs to be like in the 5.5 range. or
right, a little
something.
bit
It needs-
lower. To
7
make it,
being neutral in the middle. and-
correct. Yeah. So, but those two plants being so close together, I wonder how there could be that great of a pH difference in 3 feet apart, but that's
Wonder if it's getting.
oftentimes.
Wonder if there's a downpipe or something that may be leaching and
Yeah.
washing some of the
could be.
nutrients out.
Could be, yeah. Without
And the little pH meters are pretty inexpensive. If you want to get one and check the two for comparison, that may be simply the easiest and quickest way to get that
Right.
result.
yeah, you can check it out.
Yep.
Go ahead,
Joyce can visit us. We
Caroline.
have those. And Essence sent a photo. Essence says, Tyler, loved your shout out about pollinators. These purple cone flowers are so huge, at
Yeah,
least
baby.
3 feet tall.
Nice.
And my honeybees don't have to go far to get some yummy nectar. Hands down, the most reliable cone flower with no fuss. Between these and my Agastaki, they have crowded out my lavender, butterfly bush, and milkweed.
Wow.
Whoops, probably user planting error. Do you recommend cutting both back at some point? If so, when? I hate doing it with the flowers because the pollinators love them, but whatever needs to be done to promote more flowers in the long run. Thanks, y'all. Herbal Essence.
Gotta go.
Gosh, that's so pretty.
I don't really
I
see
would wait and
anything-
transplant in the
Yeah.
fall.
Yeah,
That's what I
don't
would
see
do.
anything wrong with that. I mean, it's
Yeah.
got to be what you're going for. If you're looking for
I
the
covet that.
maximum flowers, I mean, you have achieved that.
Yeah, that's stunning. And it looks like some of my beds where I've just planted stuff so densely close
Yeah.
together that
Yeah,
it is
you know,
chaos. Yes,
that's
Josh.
not a bad thing.
I don't think so. I mean, it fills it out
sure.
and keeps weeds from coming up as
Exactly.
much. So I would say Essence, maybe wait until the fall and transplant some, spread them out a little bit. We are running out of time and we do have some more live questions that I want to get to. So Duke says, I have air layered blueberries, green giant arborvitae, and paper shell pecan trees. How long does it normally take to air layer? Should I plant the tree directly in the ground or pot it up?
I personally would pot them first.
Because they're going to be so tiny.
Yeah, if you have already established root growth out on the air layer, typically in the industry, those would be taken off and go to a pot with them, and that way you can more closely monitor the amount of moisture and fertilizer and all of that. You know, it's a little difficult when you put a little juvenile plant out there in a big garden area. So do that and let it have some time to grow, and then, like we talked about early in the program, you know, once it's rooted in, you can do what you
There you
wish
go.
with it.
That's exciting, though. And then Gothic Park says, how big do those sneeze weeds get? Ours are supposed to get 3 to 4 foot tall. The tag on these says 40 inches. I haven't grown this particular variety, so I'm not sure.
That's
but
about 1.5 bird baths.
about 1.5 bird baths. But I say give it a try if you've got some for sale near you, where you are in Arkansas, I believe. And then Gina says, is there a liquid fertilizer high in nitrogen besides fish fertilizer?
I use Monty's.
I would say try to make a compost tea.
Yeah,
if
you
you
can
have
do
any
your
of
own,
that.
too.
Just
Yeah,
soak
make
it
your own.
and strain it.
You can just take a bag of Supernatural and achieve
Yep.
that.
You could do that.
And it has a wonderful compost tea that comes out of it. We don't sell that product, but it could be done.
Yeah, maybe we
Put some
consider
ice
that for
cubes
the
in
future.
it. And this tea, you put ice cubes in this tea and maybe some lemon.
Nah, I think you could just stick your hose in the top of the bag and let it get soaked, and then have some kind of a
Okay.
vessel to catch it in at the bottom.
Can we show that collage real quick?
Oh,
while
yeah,
I ask
absolutely,
Sam a
Josh.
Oh,
question?
Tyler, and also your
Yeah.
picture.
Sam, is there
oh,
any
yeah.
talk? And if there's not, you need to when you're around the office. Is Tennessee ever going to ban the sale of Bradford pear trees like Ohio, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Minnesota, and New Jersey?
I wish they would.
Okay.
I'm very anti Bradford pear, but
Okay.
as of yet, nothing
Okay.
has materialized on that front.
Yeah, that collage shows one garden with Earth Mix garden products and another one that doesn't. What's the difference? Mine is covered with fruit, and the back door neighbor's got a lot of stalk. So I mean, it's all
Ooh, wow.
okay. Well, not bad.
Nice.
They're not bad out there. They just don't have any fruit on them. So,
Well,
well.
there you go.
yeah.
Thank
And then
you for
Tyler,
that.
did you
proof
have
is
your
in the
harvest
fruit.
picture?
We'll have to get it up on the Instagram
We'll
because
save it.
it's way too far back for me to pull up. But it is rather hilarious and absurd.
Okay.
Hey, thanks
forward to
everyone.
sharing.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you, Sam Marshall, for joining us.
Glad to be
Thanks,
here.
Sam.
The Dirt Doctor.
Glad to be here.
And everybody else out there in the the Gardening Inside Out world. We've got people watching all over the country, it looks like. So we appreciate you being here. Like, subscribe, share, turn on the notifications. Watch for the newsletter. If you're not signed up, you need to get signed up for that.
Yep.
Hey, watch for the podcast midweek. And next Saturday, we'll come back and do another hour. What do you
Absolutely.
think? Okay.
Sam, thanks.
You're very welcome.
Really
Thank you,
appreciate
David.
it.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you then, folks.
Okay.
Tyler here. Gardening Inside Out podcast is looking for sponsors for 2026. If you have a business that's plant and gardening related, or if you know of one, please get in touch with us at gardeninginsideout@gmail.com. Thank you for listening to Gardening Inside Out. It's hard to believe we're into our 3rd year as a podcast, and we love hearing from you as we learn who our listeners are and what y'all enjoy about it. If you love the show, we greatly appreciate any likes, follows, shares, or word of mouth recommendations. If you've already done so, thank you for your support. There's many ways to get in touch with us, so send us a text with the fan mail feature or email gardeninginsideout@gmail.com. Happy gardening and see you next week.